Hey everybody, this is Shaun Kama with the Kreepy Kama Show, and I'm here with my good friend, who is the nephew of Satan himself, NIKKI MISERY.
That's right, these are all facts.
These are all facts. Good to see you, man.
Hey man, it's been a while.
I know, I miss you. I know, it's far too long.
The way you lick my ear, it's really like, it reminds me of my dad.
Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see what I just did? You couldn't see it because it was kind of off camera, but yeah, I licked his ear. Anyway, so it's been quite some time. I'm really excited to be sitting down finally and talking to you with the Kreepy Kama Show. This is an amazing thing.
I know, it's awesome to be on it, man. I'm stoked.
Right on. Well, we're glad to have you. So let's get right into some cool questions. Let's talk like musically because you're a musical guy.
Yeah.
You know, what in fact was the path that got you to where you are now with New Year's Day?
Yeah. Definitely growing up in Southern California, especially like in the early 90s, late 90s, all throughout the 90s. You know, we had a very amazing punk rock scene. You know, when I first started getting into music, No Doubt was just barely starting to blow up. I remember the Sunday Morning music video came out and they had this whole like third wave ska thing like on MTV.
Sure.
And so I started getting into like this alternative underground music, and punk rock really spoke to me just with its rebellion, this like, you know, fuck authority attitude. And then you start, like, you know, you listen to a lot of punk bands in high school. My favorite band was The Clash.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Joe Strummer, and I used to want to be Paul Simon when I was younger. It wasn't the typical punk rock.
No, they were good songs,
he played,
right?
he played great songs. He was a great songwriter. They didn't have to be a certain style, and every album, like, he would experiment with the new styles, and I loved that about The Clash.
How old are you, would you say, like when you first started listening to The Clash?
About 15, 16.
Okay.
Actually, I remember I was in my mom's room, like right over there, and I was flipping through MTV, and they actually had Rancid come on with their music video for either, like, I think it was either Nihilism or, no, I think it was Nihilism. I remember thinking, like, who are these freak shows, you know, like, you know, Tim Armstrong with his little Liberty Spikes mohawk.
And you're here, you are 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never knew about this stuff at all. Never knew people had problems with authority, you know.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, listening to Rancid got me into Up Ivy, which got me, you know, them two, obviously, and it got me into The Clash. Because, you know, Tim was a huge Clash fan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Rancid might be like the initial seed that started this.
Well, that's interesting. That's cool. Right on. Were you just always attracted to guitar?
Oddly enough, I played a bass first.
Okay.
They had these
well, yeah, you wanted to be Paul.
Yeah, I wanted to be Paul Simon. So they had these two kids down the street that they played guitar, and we wanted to form a rock band. So I'm like, they're like, yeah, we need a bass player. I'm like, I'll go buy a bass. Yeah. I'll learn how to play it. Well, it can't be that hard. You just, I thought guitars and basses were like the same thing, and you just somehow were amazing.
Bash on it. Yeah.
But like that was my start, and I wanted to be Paul Simon and I think the first song I learned was Guns of Brixton, and then Lexicon Devil from.
That's awesome, really?
Yeah.
When did you make the transition to guitar playing?
You know, I started like listening to like the inspirations of my inspirations. You know, you go back to like the New York Dolls and Johnny Thunders, which like this painting back here from Brett Vondell.
Oh, right, that's cool. Right on. Hey, Brett.
What's up, Brett? I remember I sang in a band, and once that band ended, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just started picking up a guitar and playing guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to go with you again, but you guys were a huge fucking inspiration to me too. Damnation. Because, and you know, I say this as much as I can too, you know, because like again, I remember going into Public Storage or Chain Reaction now, and you see like the stage, and I'm so used to seeing the small stage as it is now, but I remember when I would see it with you guys play, and I remember like just looking at the stage, and it was no longer a stage, it was a giant cemetery with fog. And this is the way like my mind remembers it, you know, just gates, you know, and like I still see it now as like Tim Burton just drew it, and then Shaun with his spiky hair coming out.
Damnation was a band that I sang for and wrote songs for. When Nikki was, I don't know, how old were you guys then?
Oh, like 15, 16.
They would come see us play here locally is what he was kind of referring to.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad that was some sort of an inspiration for you to pick up the guitar and jump around, man. Yeah. So then how is it, do you find yourself in New Year's Day all of a sudden? Like, how did that happen?
Oddly enough, I was, you know, like I didn't know what I was doing with my life for a while. You know, like I was just working jobs, and I kind of woke up one day just going like, fuck, dude, I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. You know, so like I kind of like packed up my shit. It was totally like a Welcome to the Jungle music video. Moved up to LA. I had a snakeskin bag. The only thing I was missing, I think, was like a piece of hay in my tooth. You know, and actually I went to school at MI, and I just started getting really serious. Like, well, this is what I want to do. Like, there's nothing else. I don't care about jobs. You know, I just want to do tunes and stuff.
Was that a good experience going to
MI? It was
an
amazing experience. It was very intimidating at first because like I wasn't like one of those born guitar players. Like it just a band ended. I'm like, well, I want to keep going. So like I just started learning. And I remember a teacher asking, like, how long have you been playing guitar? I'm like, about like 3 or 4 years. Like really not that long. And like all these other people were born with the 6th string in their hand. Yeah. I remember being very intimidated and scared. Then I started using that as inspiration. You know, be like, well, show me how to do that. You know, and then after a while, everyone's just helping each other out just because it's music, it's tunes, you know, we all want to rock, we're all here together, you know? Yeah. So I was in a couple bands. I was in this band, Sexual Harassment, with Randy Madden, who's one of the wildest singers and amazing performers. And actually, I got dragged to this, I got dragged to Bar Sinister. I didn't want to go, you know? And in protest, I dressed like this nerdy Pee Wee Herman. I had this 70s ruffled shirt, this pinstripe jacket on, you know.
Well,
I had my hair just...
Bar Sinister is a goth club that they've had. How long has it been going on for now?
As long as I remember.
Okay, like, you know, maybe over 15 years, we'll say. And I'm sure I'll be corrected. But it's kind of a long-standing goth club in Hollywood, and so you wound up there.
Yeah, it's a cool place. I don't want you to say that just because I was dragged there. It sucks.
It's cool
fine,
place.
You know, if you're down with it. I actually want to go that night.
But you dress like Pee Wee Herman, which is completely the antithesis of, of the vibe that they've got going on there.
And all of a sudden, this girl just comes out of the crowd and goes like, oh my God, I need to know you. She's in this white dress, this bleached bangs, and it was Ash. And we started talking. She's like, I sing for New Year's Day. I was like, I never heard of it. I'm like, I play guitar for these jamokes back here. And she's like, I never heard of it. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. And so we like exchanged numbers, and we both had the same Disney lights on the castle, like background on our phone. Oh, okay. She's like, oh my God, you got that? I was like, yeah, I was just there the other day. She's like, I was there the other day. Yeah. And so, you know, we kind of just kept in touch. Kismet. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
So we kind of just kept in touch. And when their guitar player left, they're like, hey, they knew I wasn't happy with the band I was in. And they're like, hey, you want to join? You want to play guitar with us? We're going on tour in a couple weeks. So I was like, yes,
how many years has it been?
I joined late 2011.
Certainly there's a punk rock ethic in the regard that, you know, you are doing a lot of this stuff yourself, even though you have a label. I mean, you still have to hustle really hard. Yeah. And it's not easy out there to do what you guys got to want to do it, right?
Yeah. What I've always loved about New Year's Day is, even with the label, we've always had minimal support. And we've always, you know, fought to get what we need. And we've watched these shitty fucking people come up and they get handed everything, and we're just like, that's fine. We'll, you know, we'll work harder, because when we reach where we need to be, like, it's going to be worth it, and we would have earned it. Yeah, you know. Sure. And
you're a great live band.
Yeah, like we have our choreography and stuff, because like we love the stage show, you know. Sure. Like we love like bands like, you know, Kiss and Alice Cooper, where we want to put on a show, you know, at the same time, but still. We want to have that kind of danger and that destruction to it.
Spontaneity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that one of your favorite things to do? Playing live? Is that really what makes
it? Absolutely. Playing live, it's like a therapy for me. Sure. In a sense. They had, I remember they had one show. I don't care. She gets mad because she knows one of my best friends. But that one time, me and Ash, we got in this big fight before we played. And, we went on stage and we had the most killer fucking show. Like, we just let out like any aggression we had, and we got off stage and we're like this. We look at each other like, that was a good show. I'm like, that was fucking awesome. Like, and we each other hug.
It was squashed.
We're like, wait, what are we mad about? I'm like, I don't even know. We're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Listen, Nikki, thanks so much.
Hey, man.
I really appreciate the time.
It's been awesome, dude.
It always is. Yeah, I really enjoy it. So check out New Year's Day. And where can they get New Year's Day stuff? How can they get in touch with you?
Facebook, NYD Rock. Instagram. Anything New Year's Day is usually NYD Rock. I'm under NIKKI Misery. If you're looking for Ash, she's under Ash Costello. And Frankie is at Frankie Sill. You can find us all. We're all around. We're always around. And we love...
What do you love? Fried chicken?
Pig's feet.
They love pig's feet.
I do love fried chicken though. Popeyes. Bam! Popeyes!
I love that
son.
chicken. You guys are looking for a Popeyes endorsement? Is that what's happening here?
What's up? This is Nikki Misery of New Year's Day. Stay haunted and stay creepy.